Guys, good morning. Happy Saturday morning. It's Saturday. Hey ho, happy Saturday. Good morning. I hope you guys are having a great morning. I hope you slept well. I'm about to let this window up to get some fresh air. It's a little hot in here for me. It got a little chilly yesterday, so I shut the window. But yeah, now I need to open it. I did a video for you guys early this morning. I think it was about 2 in the morning. Because I had a crazy dream and I just wanted to, capture the dream, I guess. Well, remember the dream. So I did a video because I didn't want to forget what I was able to remember. I know there was more to it, but I don't remember anything other than what I shared with you guys this morning. So I'm going to include that clip, that video after this one, and it's not going to be, because it was dark. I was asleep, half sleep, so there won't be any video really. I'll put a picture or something. It'll just be the audio. But yeah, I hope you guys sleep well. I'm up. I got up because I don't know why I woke up, but I'm up. I saw that I had a message from a group message that I guess my granddaughter started early this morning. I wanted to say, girl, I'm still asleep. Tell me hi. It's Saturday. I'm not trying to get up yet, especially if I've been up throughout the night. But I got up this morning. I saw a little text message, so I replied. Then got up and tried to do something with myself, with my head. It is what it is. You do the best with what you can, with what you have, right? Turned off the toaster oven. I think Lavelle left it on all night. Something told me to get up last night when he was in there, this morning, to check. Early this morning to check. Good thing it was early in the morning, but still was on. You have to remember to make sure that red light is off. If it don't, I don't know, just check it. It's kind of iffy. I don't know. I guess we're still learning it, but someone told me to check, and I didn't until I just got up to make coffee. I'm still very tired, y'all. It was hard to sleep lately because, my mind is just racing. And I remember when I was younger, my grandma used to tell me, Grandma Lulu used to always say, baby, your mind racing too much, And she's right. And it still does, When you have a lot of things on your mind, you have a lot of things on your mind. And that's when you have to really start to pray more and trust God more. And as I've told y'all a million times, it is hard for me. It's easier said than done, I've been programmed for so long for trying to do things myself and make things happen myself and make people happy and, including myself for so long that it's hard to get out of that, It's like I have to, and if I can't, I'm out of it, and that's not easy, but yeah. So I have my coffee here. A few things I have to do today. I have to go and load some money on my card and pay my car insurance. That's important. I have to call regarding renewing my lease. That's important. Little things like that, that I can do, I'm going to get done today. Everything else that needs to be done that I'm unable to do, I can only pray about it. And I do have to get to the store to get some dishwashing liquid, some tissue, whipped cream, and creamer. Something else. Body wash. That's it. Absolutely, that's it. So just a few things I need to pick up. Yeah, my coffee is piping hot. You understand? Hot. Lavelle, you left that toaster oven on. Yeah, you gotta always check it.
Can I see the charger?
Which one?
The black one.
Yeah. Everything charged up. Let me get you. If you say your hands wet, you're gonna do that one day and electrocute yourself.
Mine ain't already dry.
Man, y'all, if you had started electrocuting, I just would have turned the camera around. I would have helped, don't get me wrong. But I would have recorded that moment. Only because I'd have been like, see, I told you. Here's the proof. Anyway, yeah. My sister said I'm always laughing at people's pain. I'm not laughing at people's pain by no means. Sometimes you just gotta, when things are tough, you just gotta laugh. I mean, for me anyway, I have to laugh. I don't know who keeps, when I'm gone, I have to ask these boys what's going on, because sometimes when I'm gone for a while, I come back and my TV, the YouTube, when I log in, I'm signed in, put it that way. My YouTube I'm signed into, right? But oftentimes when I go and I come back and I turn on and when I turn it on, things that I watch pop up. And yesterday I kept realizing some stuff was popping up. I was like, when I watch that, I want to watch this. I was like, what the heck is going on? That ain't me. It was, I was signed out and guessed or something was signed in, I don't know. And that was annoying because, now it's at night. I can't see, I can't see during the day as it is. And here it is at night. And I'm squinting, I'm trying to type in, read, sign in, type it in my password. I had to get up and go find the password because I forgot. And it wasn't even that I forgot. I was typing it in right, but I couldn't see. But anyway, I had the right password, but I was pressing the wrong buttons because I couldn't see. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I got it back up, which brings me to this thought this morning when I was taking a shower. I saw a YouTuber, right? Well, quite a few. But yesterday afternoon, there was this guy, right? And like many others, he was commenting on, he was doing a reaction on a video that was done by this couple. And a lot of people are pissed with this couple, because they feel like they've done nothing but scam, and some people that have been rocking with them for for a while, is starting to feel scammed, because they said one thing, knowing that it was the whole time something else, just to get views, get people, interested, get people watching, get people purchasing stuff for them, and now all of a sudden it's not what you said it was going to be and what people were anticipating and waiting on. You have no explanation for them except it's personal. We'll do it in our time, which is crazy for some people because they feel like, why now if you're sharing everything else and have been sharing everything else, why all of a sudden now it's personal and we'll do it in our time. And even in doing that, even in videoing that, he's doing stuff that's impersonal, you know, that you shouldn't even be doing on YouTube. Like, they feel like, you know, it's beautiful to love the person that you're with, but some of the things he does and says, especially to her, is inappropriate. And so it's like, if you're able to do that, then why not share and tell the truth about something people have been spending money on? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all, my throat itch. It's allergies, I'm coming down with something, I'm telling you. But yeah, and I get it. I get the frustration, I really do. A lot of people feel like they're so sick and tired of clickbait, you know, because when you do this clickbait, you still never answer the question. You'll actually sit down and start talking. We'll talk about everything other than what that clickbait says. Or it'll be just, you know, if I do a video and say, she cried, and then y'all click on it, and it's a picture of somebody crying, me, whatever, and you click on it, and I start talking about everything else, and then I go, oh, and then the baby cried, and that's clickbait, you know what I'm saying? And that's it, and go on to something else. So yeah, I get people's frustration. I honestly, I really do get it. I you know, and I watch these people too, because, you know, I liked their channel, but I didn't know all of this stuff was going on, you know, and I do get what people are saying, you know, you're exploiting your children for views and things like that. Are you, you know, really about it, you know, blah blah blah. I definitely get people's frustration, you know. I don't know what to say except I just pray, because you do have people out here like myself, and you're trying to start off, you're being as honest, as real as you can, you know, about a lot of drama and chaos and BS, and, you know, you're not about to have a bunch of kids just for views, and you know, and you know, struggles just for views. I get that frustration, I really do. But what I have to say about that is, you know, when you have people like that, and in this situation, I would say just stop watching. You know, the best way to handle a situation like that is stop watching. You know, I feel like when people start losing views and losing followers and subscribers, then they will either tell the truth and get right, or just get off altogether, because no one's watching you anymore. No one's believing and putting up with your crap anymore. Or they're going to make up something else, you know. You know, and it's not cool. But anyway, I mean, it is what it is. It's not my life. I just wish the best for everyone, and I hope that everyone, you know, does the right thing. And remember that, you know, when people are helping and giving because they want to and because they love you, and they've come to feel like they know you, be honest as much as, you know, be honest. I'm not going to say as much as you can. Be honest. If you're sharing your life with them every day, they're in your home. Yes, you have your privacy too, but then there's things you don't put on. You don't put it on TV, you know. Don't do that. Don't record it, you know. And then go, but it's private. That don't make sense, you know. Don't do that, especially when you're receiving things from people, you know. That's not right. Anyway, sorry guys. Trying to keep from sneezing. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hang it up here. Like I said, I'm going to get ready to try to get some things taken care of today, so that I can get it over with, you know, as early as possible. I was trying to see what time it is. It is 8:42. I don't think the dollar store opens until 10. But one of the calls that I have to make today, I think they open at 9 on Saturdays. So I will give them until, I'll give it to 9:30, and then I'll call make that call, dreaded call, to be honest with you. And then after that, I have an email that I'm going to send now. And then after that, I'll get up and put some clothes on, and head to Walgreens, load money on my card so that I can pay my car insurance. Then I'll go to the dollar store, come home, and be home. That's it. There's a video that I want to watch, and I'm a little irritated because I can't get it to play on my big screen for some reason. Everything else is playing on the big screen, but this particular video will not play. This movie will not play on the big screen for some reason. Like, I'll go and press play, it'll play the commercial, but then when it comes down to actually playing the movie that I want to watch, it'll go back, it'll cut off completely. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'm thinking, like, I don't know what's wrong. So then what I did was I watched it, I pulled it up on my tablet, and I wanted to see if the same thing happens on my tablet. And the same thing did not happen on my tablet. As a matter of fact, I was able to watch it on my tablet. But I didn't watch all of it. It's called The Gangster, the Cop, and it's The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil. Okay? So I'm trying to watch this. It will not play on the big TV, but it will play on my tablet. So if I have to watch it on the tablet, I will. I don't know if y'all can see it. See it? It's this one. I do my nails again, sorry. But yeah, I'm going to come back and see if I can pull it up on the big screen. I'm going to try again. If I cannot, I'm just going to watch it on the tablet. Because it's starting off really good. You know, you have the cops, you have gangsters, right? And you have one cop who's not crooked. You have all these cops the chief who's working with the gangsters, you know, giving the gangsters, allowing them to do their thing in the territory, paying the cops, you know. And you got one cop that's like, I don't care, I'm not allowing crime. No, you know, he's going back and forth with his boss, with his chief, because he's telling his chief, look, this is wrong, what you're doing. So, people are getting killed, right? And it's the way that they're getting killed, the similarities. This cop is pulling up all this information and saying, this is a serial killer we have at large. We have to get on this. And his chief is like, no, it's not, and blah, 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 blah. And why are you digging up old cases? Why are you in other people's cases? Blah, 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 blah. Just, you know, not listening, shutting him down. And he's like, this is a serial killer, I'm telling you. And we have to stop this guy. And they're not listening. So he's like, you know what, I'm going to figure it out on my own. And so he goes to the gangster because the gangster was on his way home one day. And he got hit. Somebody rear-ended him from behind. It's raining out and everything. So the gangster gets out the car to go and check on the damage and see what's going on. The person that hits him gets out the car. It's a thin person with his hoodie on, right, head down. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, the gangster looks at him. Then he looks at his car. He's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Go ahead on. And the guy was like, what do you mean? I just hit your car. He was like, I said, don't worry about it. Go ahead on. And so the gangster turned around and walked away, right? When he turned around and walked away, the guy just came up on him and immediately just started trying to stab him. So what happens is this dude makes a habit of hitting people's cars from behind. When the people get out their car to take a picture of the damage or to communicate with them, he then attacks them. Okay, and so when it came on with him doing that with a guy taking a picture of his license plate, and he's talking to the kid. He's like, oh, you know, it's fine, we'll just send it to the insurance, da, 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 da. And so the guy goes back to his car to get his information. And as he goes to the car, the boy attacks him from behind. And I mean, just like he just went insane, stabbing the hell out of him. Just stab, you know. And so that's what he was attempting to do to this guy, not knowing who this guy was, okay? So he went to stab the guy, the cop, the gangster, and the gangster's like, what the? And turned around and hit him. Pop! Oh, I hit him hard enough for him to fly up on the hood of the car. It was so funny. And now this dude really got to fight because you don't know who you just tried to stab. And it just so happens this gangster could fight. Like, when the picture came on, he was, you know, I mean, he a big guy, right? He had to fight, okay? It was funny. He had to fight. He went to stab the gangster. The gangster caught the knife in his hand. Now, imagine he caught it, but it's cutting him, but that's all right. He got that knife in his hand, and he pop. I mean, he's handling this boy, and this boy was handling him, you know, back for the most part, but not enough. So eventually, the boy takes off. You know, he got in his car and took off, and when he got in the car, he ended up hitting the guy, the gangster. Now, imagine, like I said, the dude has no idea that this was a mob boss that you tried to attack. And now, because he attacked this guy, his gang, his members are attacking other gang members, thinking that they attacked him. They're also looking at it as, how a mob boss gonna get attacked? Like, you know, what's that about? So now he's causing friction within this man's group, right? So the cop went to the gangster. He was like, you know, describe da-da-da-da. And he was like, he knew that, okay, that's the same guy, right? So he left because, you know, the gangster didn't want to help him. So before he left, he told the gangster that you need to communicate with me or work with me on this. He said, because this is a serial killer. He said, think about it. He said, because the mobster said himself, he told his people, this person that attacked me was not a gangster. Because he could tell, he said it was different. You know, this wasn't a gangster, it was something else going on. And so when a cop came to him and told him, the person that attacked you, this is a serial killer. And he was like, what do you mean? He was like, this is a serial killer. He was like, this is his MO. And he told me, he said he's done this to multiple people. This is what he did, blah, blah, blah. He, you know, described some things to him. And so the gangster was like, I'll catch him myself. You know, and the cop was like, you can't do that. That's illegal, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so eventually the gangster did come to the cop with evidence that he had. He said, listen. He said, we after the same person for different reasons. Because the cop told him, he said, you know, help me catch him. And we can put him behind bars, da-da-da-da. And the gangster was like, put him behind bars, that's it? He was like, yeah, that's it. He was like, no, I don't think so. He was like, I'll help you. Basically, I'm going to help you catch him, yeah. He said, but it's who catch him first. We going to share information. Okay, he said, we can do that. He said, but I'm being honest. If I catch him first, it's a wrap. Ain't no putting him behind bars. One, this dude attacked me, a gangster. You know, think about what you just did and the position you put me in. You know what I'm saying? I'm after you for that. You know, he was like, ain't no going to jail for that. You know, I'm cutting you up. I'm slicing you in half. You know, plus, you know, he's killing people. You know, this gangster or whatever, he's not really about trying to kill people. He's doing what he got to do and feeding the people he got to feed or whatever. But it's so funny. And then the cop himself, you know, it's almost like he a gangster because he's dead set on catching this guy for different reasons. He wants to put him behind bars. Because again, this guy is killing innocent people, animals. I mean, he's just murdering. Like the way he does it, it's like he loses his mind. He goes crazy. Like he's hacking people. Like, I mean, just nuts. It's not like a stab here, stab there, stab. No, he's just going off. He's wailing in on them, you know, with this knife. He's crazy. Hence the reason why they say the devil. And so obviously there's going to be a story there, like why he's the way he is, and because the person that he killed that made the gangster decide to go ahead and collaborate was a guy, a truck driver, and the truck driver, the young guy overheard the truck driver's conversation on the phone. I guess the guy was fussing with his wife or whatever about a kid's birthday, and he's listening to this conversation. So he kills the guy because he's like, and he goes, then why have a kid? He's killing this guy. Like, if you don't want to do for the kid, then why have one? You know what I'm saying? Think of how the kid feels, and that's what he says as he's killing this guy, or when he killed the guy, not knowing that there was another guy in the truck in the back sleeping, who he ended up killing as well. But before killing them, he killed a guy. What he did was he had such a hard time fighting that gangster that he left. He sat in the car. He got a stapler and he stapled his wounds together. He stapled the wounds together. He washed up, and then he went, I guess it was like a kennel. This guy had a bunch of dogs and stuff in cages. I don't know if it was a kennel for stray dogs or a kennel to cook and eat the dogs. I don't know. Because I understand in Korea somewhere out there, they have a farm where they raise dogs to eat. So, he goes to this, I don't know what, I'm just going to say kennel, outside kennel. And he pets this dog in the cage. And then he grabs the dog and he slices the dog's neck. Like, now he has to kill somebody because he was unable to kill the gangster. So he got to take it off on somebody. So he goes and he gets this dog and he slices the dog. And the owner, he's hearing the dogs barking and stuff. And he comes out and he's like, "What's going on? Who are you?" He walks right up to the man and slice him. I was like, dang. He just killing folk. Killing animals, folks. It don't matter. But yeah, that's right after he was unable to kill that gangster. And I keep saying the gangster because I don't know, I forgot his name, but DeBoer don't know he's a gangster. He don't know who he is. He just was a target. What he thought was an easy target, or maybe a target that might put up a little bit of a fight for him, make it exciting. Who knows? But anyway, guys, yeah. So that's gonna be my day today. And I have to vacuum too, now that I think about it. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing Saturday morning. I will talk to you guys later in the day. Remember to say your prayers for not just your family, friends, and loved ones, but all our brothers and sisters in Christ. Remember to treat people the way you would expect to be treated today, okay? I say that every day, but really, treat people the way you would expect to be treated, and expect great things, y'all. I'm expecting great things. I'm constantly getting set back and pushed back and everything else, and it's a bit disturbing and depressing in a way, but at the same time, guys, I'm going to continue to trust God. I know it sounds crazy, and it may even be me trying to remind myself or to give myself enough trust God, and sometimes you have to whisper in your ear, hey child, trust God, because who else can you trust? They don't mean that no one cares, but just trust God. I just got to put everything in his hands. Yeah. Anyway, talk to you guys later. I find myself repeating some of the same things I've said in previous videos. But, it is what it is. So, you guys, again, have an amazing morning, and I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye now. So, guys, it's really early in the morning. It is, to be exact, 2 2:38 a.m. And I've been up off and on because I keep getting cramps in my legs. So I've only been up and got in a tub of hot water because of the cramps earlier. But I had a dream. It's so weird. I dreamed that I was supposed to be going somewhere, and I ended up at the DMV, but it was a different DMV. It was really nice. I don't know, it's like we were going out somewhere, but it was kind of fancy, but we ended up at a DMV, going through the lines and everything, and I had my ID in my hand, and I think I was in line to get it, to pay for it, to process something, I don't know what it was. Went through everything else, just had to actually pay for it, I think is what it was. But I had the ID, I guess the old ID in my hand. And I was in the line, but every time I turned around, the line moved or something, and so it always ended up, I'm standing in the wrong spot. And it wasn't just me. Okay. All of a sudden, my cousin, there's some cousins that are there, right? Now it almost seems like, I don't know what it was like, but it was like it's weird because it was like they were coming to do the same thing, but then at the same time it was like they were coming to have a party, birthday party or something. So it was getting late. I forget what was going on, but the people were saying it's time to close the doors, and I'm thinking, close the doors? I still ain't through with getting my ID, because it was crazy. Like, I was in line, I'm the next one to be seen, but every time I turn around, someone was in front of me, and I'm standing in the wrong spot. So then, as we're getting ready to leave, one of the girls come running back in and said, oh my gosh, she left all her gifts and her stuff. The other cousin left and forgot her things. So I'm like, I got a handful of stuff all of a sudden, I don't know why, in my hand of mine, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll help you try to get the stuff out, because I mean, the people are actually standing there watching us. They turned off lights, waiting on us to go. So I had the person that I was with. I went in with one sister, but there was the other one, and she took stuff out. But the other one, but when she went out, it's like they switched up. It was the other one in the dream that came to see, hey, where's she at? And so I was like, can she come in, please, so she can help us get this stuff? And they was like, yeah, they let her in. And I'm sorry, my tongue ring. They let her in, and we saw some totes, and we started loading all the stuff on the totes to carry out. And one cuz she started crying on the way down the stairs, like, I can't believe she forgot her stuff. She even had a Christmas tree. And I'm like, why did she have a Christmas tree? Like she was decorated for something. Why? I'm like, why did she even have a Christmas tree? So we're carrying all this stuff out. You can hear the people fussing and complaining, like, and throwing stuff around, because they were waiting on us all to leave. Now, as we're leaving, it was like where we were was like a downtown building, like a high rise, and then like I don't know, above. Like, we had to go through on the elevator. And this is the second time I had a dream similar to this about having to go through DMV. All the steps and things. But this was weird because it did not start off like a DMV. So when we get down outside, well, as we're going down the stairs, it was no longer like we were at a DMV. It was like we were at somebody's apartment. That was the feel that it gave. So we're going down the stairs and we're putting the stuff in the car. And I get in the car. There was 2 cars, I believe. And now it's the same. Now it's the sister that I came with. That's all of a sudden. And we get in the car. She's in the front driving. The cousin's in the front and I'm in the back. And the other car's, ahead of us. I don't know who's in that car. So we driving and she's going to the gas station. I told her, I said, I was like, where's my purse? Who got my purse, my stuff? And she was like, it's in the bag. I was like, okay, good. Because all my stuff got put down to help her get the cousin, get the other things. So my sister was like, I told her, I said, hey, I got 10 in my Bible I can give you toward gas. And she's like, don't worry about it. She was like, I just need you to pump the gas, get out and pump it. I was like, that's fine. And do the car, because I guess there was so much going on. And I had a similar dream to that in the car with her and her asking me because something was going on. So I was like, fine. So she was still in the car behind the wheel and the cousin was in the front seat. So I get out, I go around to her window, I get the card from her and I'm standing by the pump. Well, it was these 2 girls standing there. They looked kind of iffy, but it turns out they knew it was either my sister or the cousin. They knew them, and I don't know what they were doing, but they also knew the lady, the attendant in the gas station that was working there. And so when they were standing there and I went to, my sister gave me the car, I was kind of iffy about using it with these people standing around. Like, I don't know if they're trying to steal the car, if they're trying to steal the information. You know how people have mirrors and they're watching you put in pins or do whatever you do. So my sister's right there and I'm giving her the car back. And the girl's like, and I told my sister, I was like, is something wrong with it? I was like, is it going to work? It looked like there's something wrong with it. And she looked at it, she smoothed it. She said it should, but if it don't, they'll just go into the attendant. But then the girl was like, she yelled at the attendant, da-da-da-da-da, something. She's like, it'll work. People been having problems all day. This is how you do it. And I'm standing there, so I'm getting ready to swipe it, and it's not swiping. And so the girl was like, let me help you. She took it out my hand. She did it so fast. And she swiped, and I'm looking at her. But she gave it back to me. She swiped. She had to do it like 3 times, but then it did work. And I immediately gave my sister, I put the card in her hand. So we put the gas in, get back in the car, proceeded to drive home. Now when I say home, we were driving. I don't know where we were going, to be honest with you. I just knew we were going home. Now, all of a sudden, we're in the car driving. But it went from her car to now it's my car. Which is weird. It wasn't like we got out of the car, reloaded, changed up, nothing like that. Just all of a sudden, we're in my car and I'm driving. And we're trying to get back because, my front end is messed up. And it's starting to sound funny. Crazy. So, as we come down Laverne, I think that street is. So we're coming down to that street. And the car just started sounding really crazy. I'm like, oh my God, are we going to make it to Huron? Huron was right in front of me. So I had to quickly, but as easy as possible, make a left. So I go to make a left. And I'm going down Huron. And as I'm going down Huron, it's like the car was falling apart. while I'm driving it. So by the time we get in front of the house, and I'm like, I just gotta park it. And because I wasn't gonna leave it. By the time we get in front of the house, I'm holding, it felt like I was holding 2 long sticks. And the rest of the car was behind me. Because as I'm pulling up, there was a guy sitting on the porch saying, hey, the back end is down. The back end is on the flat. And I was like, oh, so I was finna say it's a lot more than that. But then the guy next to the dude sitting on the porch went, oh, she got a whole lot worse situation than that back end. She ain't got no front or something. And I'm like, oh my God. So I get to the house. And it was like nothing to park. But it was just weird. It was weird. You know how back in the day when you have, and still to this day, some places you go, they have those guys, like cabs, but they're in like a, I don't know, a buggy. It has 2 wheels on it. You can sit in it like a carriage ride, but without the horse. Okay, that person is carrying you, pulling you while you sitting in the buggy. They have the 2 sticks and they running in the street. It was like that. So we get out. We was just so glad to be back to the house that we didn't go in the house right away. And it was weird because now it's like my dad was sitting out on the porch and Juanzetta was sitting out on the porch. Mind you, on my way there, we were in her car. She was driving. But now all of a sudden, my car, I'm driving, and she already at the house. Weird. So, we get there, and it's like, when we pull up, now it's me and my oldest son. We get out and we just glad to be at the house, and we just, we sitting out talking to everybody. Didn't go in right away. And then it was weird because when we pulled, it was like the vibe, the energy was off. And we sensed it. And so then while we just standing there, all of a sudden there's a horse. I don't know. And my dad grabs the horse and goes inside, up the stairs in the apartment. And when he did, I'm thinking like, and it was just so weird. And it was weird stuff, I guess, prior to that. I can't remember because all I know is when he went upstairs, it was weird. It was awkward. And I remember whispering over to my son going, did he take the horse in the house to have sex with it? And then obviously I wasn't whispering as quietly as I thought it was because my sister gonna say, just be quiet, just be quiet, everything ain't for everybody to know, just be quiet, just mind the business. I was like, so did he really take, I was like, what? Did he really, I'm trying to figure out. And then just as I started to talk more about what is he talking about, Jeremiah in real life knocked on the door and I had to open it, which is what woke me up. And I was like, let me go ahead and record this because I'm sorry, I'm not going to remember it in the morning 9 times out of 10. And it was just so weird, so crazy. It was just so many different things going on in this dream. Hey guys, it's me again. It is Saturday. It is now 1:40 p.m. I have just gotten back. Well, I've been back in the house about, I would say 1:30. Since 1:30. Jeremiah took me over there to Walmart. I loaded the money on the card. I had him talk to the guy and pay the the car insurance bill because I was on the phone with management regarding renewing my lease. I'll renew that on the 30th of this month, November. So we paid the car insurance, spoke about the renewal of the lease, so that's have an understanding there. I know what to do and how. Excuse me. And then Lavelle came home and he decided to ride with me to the store. I did go to the dollar store, you guys. I got bleach because I was going to go to a different store for bleach because the last couple of times I went to this particular dollar store, they didn't have it. And what they did have was the little tiny bottles. But y'all, everybody, I forgot Thanksgiving, so people are out and shopping, and so they finally have the big bottle of bleach again. So I got bleach, I got dishwashing liquid, I have some candles, I bought some toothpaste. I think that was it, really. Yeah, I think that was it. And so then from there, I went and I got some milk. I got some eggs. I got my creamer, vanilla creamer and whipped cream. Vanilla creamer and whipped cream, y'all. Back in business. So that'll be my breakfast, my coffee, y'all. That feels good because I'm telling y'all, like, that black coffee wasn't no joke. I mean, I drink it. I have no choice. But I don't prefer it. So that's that. That's it, really. That's it. Oh, I got garbage bags, y'all. I forgot. I had to get some garbage bags. And aluminum foil. So, yeah. That's what we got from the dollar store. I came home, put up everything, and Drano. It worked for the kitchen, the bathroom sink. So I was like, I'm going to put it in the toilet and see what's going on there. Let it sit for about an hour. So that's what's going on now. Oh, and I got I was looking for Fabulosa, but I ended up getting something else. I forget the name of it. It's an all-purpose cleaner, but it smells amazing. So I got that, and probably this evening, knowing me, because I think I got a little tired running around, I'll get up, I'll clean, and I will use that all-purpose, wipe down everything, vacuum, just wipe down everything. I try to do that either on Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, so, sorry guys. I have on my shorts and like a tank like top, kind of holding everything in there as much as possible. Because for me it's hot. I have the window open, getting some air. Lavelle is in the car with the heat blasting. I'm like, bruh, I got on the sweater, you got on the sweater. I'm not hot. I mean, I'm not cold. And I'm like, and the window down. So it was one or the other. But I get that because I used to do that, kind of even it out. I get it, but I was not cold. I was like, it's hot. I had my window all the way down. Because, yeah, I was really hot. And he was really cold. That was weird. But yeah, so that's that. I put a pizza on before I left, right? And I told Jeremiah, hey, I put a pizza on, make sure you watch it for me. Never tell somebody to sleep to watch something, even if they answer, because they really are asleep. And he still is. I didn't mean to be gone that long, but I kind of was dragging around a little bit, and then to be honest with you, I kind of forgot about the pizza. And then when I got in the house and I opened the door, you could smell it. I was like, if you could smell it that good, then it's really cooked. And it wasn't burnt. It's the way they eat it. So like, it's brown on the top but not burnt. Like another 10-15 minutes it would have been black, put it that way. It would have then been burnt. He was like, Lavelle was like, no mommy, this is perfect. I'm like, ugh. To me, perfect, for me, their perfect to me is burnt. So yeah, of course I only ate the top. I didn't eat the crust, because I don't like my pizza that crispy. I just don't. I'm home in, and home in don't sell crispy pizza. Even they thin crust is not crispy. But I love really most pizzas. It's kind of hard to mess them up. But pizza of choice for moi would be home in, without a shadow of a doubt. I would say home in, and home run in. it's just up there. Home run in is for me the pizza of choice. As far as stuffed pizza, I would prefer stuffed because it tastes better, it fills you up better. I don't think home run in sells stuffed pizza. I'm trying to think, like store-bought stuffed pizza. There's the next time I get it, I'm gonna remember, because I don't remember the name of it. But I bought this pizza. The first time I bought it was in Aldi's, actually, a stuffed pizza, and then the second time I seen it was in Food for Less, I believe, and it was the same pizza. I just can't remember the name of it. It was a stuffed pizza, and it was really good. Normally when I order a stuffed pizza, it was from when I was in Des Plaines. I would order from Vincent's, and what's the name of the place? Cuzzo's Caruso's on Potter and Golf. That's where I would get. Now their stuffed pizza is good. So yeah. Yeah, that's it. So I keep saying y'all, because I'm thinking about a million things at one time. I don't know if I told y'all. I think I did this morning about the my granddaughter left her medicated cream here. She left it in the apartment in Des Plaines, and I just remembered to hold on to it. Thank God I did, because even though I don't like oily, that cream, I put it on my face, and in 2 days. Actually, I put it on Friday. Yeah, 2 days, because I put it on yesterday, Friday, and today is Saturday. Because remember I told you I woke up, all of this was white because it was so dry and just horrible. Like even now you can still feel it a little bit. I can. Like you can tell this had rashed all up. You can tell. But after putting that cream on, it's starting to get better. All in here, like look how smooth, you don't hear nothing. It's starting to get better. I think it was me using that face mask and that other cream. I tried, I just can't use anything on my face, like I said, there's nothing wrong with trying. Sometimes you may come across, you might hit or win. In this case it was a fail, it was a fail. So it was good for before it started to break out, but once it started, it just was, like I couldn't even smell it on my face, feeling like it was cracking. That's how bad it had gotten, and sorry guys, I don't have an ending. I had to cut that video short, the rest of it. So I do apologize, but please keep watching. Talk to you guys later.